We have a bit of history that we should probably cop to right up top, which is that back in the day when we were doing a show in New York, the Late Night show, you were an intern for us.
I was an intern in 1997, and I was.
I hope it was a good experience.
It was. I was a control room intern, and I didn't. You're a college kid when you're an intern. You don't know how to do anything, and I had one. No, really, you don't. You don't know how to do anything, and so I had one responsibility. They said, see that phone? If that phone rings and it's Rick, bring it to us immediately. And I was like, got it. Well, that phone never rang for 3 months. And so I did literally nothing.
Right.
Like, when I went to interviews after I left the show, they would be like, do you have experience answering phones? And I would say, kind of.
Watching them.
I'm aware of what a phone is. And if Rick calls, I know what to do. But I've never actually done the thing. And it was a great experience. I feel very lucky.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, but did you know, even at the time when you were interning for us, that you wanted to go into comedy? Was that something you've always been interested in?
That was my dream. When I grew up in Massachusetts, and I was a big fan of yours. And you went to Harvard and everything. We were on the Harvard Lampoon. You ran it, and that's what I wanted to do. And so I applied to Harvard.
You applied to Harvard just because you wanted to write comedy?
That's the only reason. I thought of myself like a basketball player, where I was like, they'll want me. They're gonna need me. And I thought, and also I thought Harvard's a good fit. When you're applying to colleges, you don't go for the best school. You go for the school that's really fits like a glove. And I thought, me and Harvard really fit.
Really
and
could
so,
fit, yeah.
And so what I did was I didn't really have the grades or the SATs or the activities to get in the way they're they're obsessed with statistics and numbers and all that.
So
kind
I hear.
of stuff. Well, I went to the interview and I thought, this is going to be like my home run derby. I'm just going to knock them out of the park and show them. I brought a big stack of satire comedy writing pieces I had done in high school, and I showed up and said to the woman, I was like, this is what I wrote. And she was this woman, she's a lawyer, very serious lady, and she was like, okay, thanks. And she put those off to the side. She didn't seem like she was going to read them.
Yeah.
Or really give this. She didn't give the sense she intended to read them or wanted to read them, and so put those off to the side. And she goes, "Is there any other reason you want to go to Harvard
other than to write comedy?"
Right. And this is one of the boldest moments in my life. I said, "No, there is no other reason that I want to go to Harvard." And I was rejected, but I feel like in retrospect, I feel like, it's a select club of us.
Yeah.
This group of people who either left Harvard or never went to Harvard in the first place. You got your Bill Gates, you got Zuckerberg, you got Robert Frost,
exactly.
you got Birbiglia, you got all of Birbiglia's family and friends, and we get together every year. And we're just like, ha, 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 remember how we didn't go to Harvard for the full amount of time. And this year, I was asked to be in the Harvard Lampoon as an honorary member.
So you won.
Yeah, you see that?
That's exciting.
And so, anyway, the point of the story is, you, Harvard, I don't need you! On behalf of Conan O'Brien and Mike Birbiglia, we want to say you, Harvard.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Go ahead, sure, yeah.
Good.
That's not real, by the way, yeah.
No, actually.
Right.
No, it's actually.
They gave you the fake one.
No, it's.
Gotta look down to that with a big F-U.
Now, it says pig breeding. Third place.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.